Hello, everyone. I'm Carla Center. I'm a subconscious healer. I use energetics and life coaching along with hypnotism to help people have the life that they want. And today I want to talk about people pleasing. As a recovering people pleaser, I have many clients that are also recovering people pleasers. And why do they come to me? Because we become exhausted. We don't know what we want outside of what others need. We're so busy pleasing other people that we lose ourselves and it causes exhaustion. For me, it caused illness in many of my clients because the stress is so hard on the body because we tend to forget about ourselves. We're at the bottom of our lists, our to-do lists. And even if we put ourselves at the top, if somebody comes to us and we're about to do whatever we need, we tend to go take care of them. Um, and there are many reasons why we do this. Some of us, for me, I just wanted everybody to feel loved and important and like they mattered because I didn't feel that myself, right? And sometimes it has to do with reactions that others had towards you in your childhood when you didn't do things the way they wanted to. Sometimes you felt like you didn't fit in, and so you just morphed into, and your personality is dependent on whoever you're around. And while it's beautiful to let others feel loved and important and to get along with everyone, the thing is, first off, you will never please everybody. It's impossible. None of us can. Because first thing is, my perception and your perception of the same event can be different because our mind, when our five senses take in like over it's 2.2 million bits of information um, per second, and our subconscious mind filters out all but 126. So we get like not even 1%. And there's different statistics, but everything shows that between 1% and 10% is all the information we get. So then our brain processes things based on our experience and everything and creates a story. So even if we did everything the way we thought somebody wanted us to do, we're still going to disappoint people. And then we try and we try and we try. So why do we end up exhausted? Um, we don't do self-care. I thought self-care was selfish. That's what I was taught. You take care of everybody else. If you have some left for you, then that is, you know, something of a luxury. A nap. Oh my gosh, you're being lazy. Um, Going for a walk. Well, are there other things to do? Is the house clean? Is all the things that need to be done. When we do that all the time, especially as moms, my channel tends to be for women. As moms, we really focus on our kids, right? We're like, we make sure they get to school, that they're fed, they're cleaned, um, homework's done. If they're in sports or any activities, all those things are done. And it's run, run, run. And then we have our jobs and we have to take care of that. And then there's all the household stuff. And we just get in this rigmarole. And we continuously try and get things like, oh, if I just got things this way, it'll be better. If I just got things this way, it'll be better, right? But the thing is that as we go forward, we continuously put ourselves at the bottom. And then our body just ends up taking us down so we rest. How many of you are like, I'm so tired of being sick? And I'm not saying that I'm a doctor because I'm not. My degree is in psychology, and then all my certifications are to do with the mind and energetics. However, I have worked with clients that have had autoimmune disorders. And when we clear out all of these traumas and these limiting beliefs, and they're so feel so much better because studies have shown as we're not taking care of ourselves, our body's holding on to the stuff. If you hold in emotions, like I did not, as a people pleaser, you don't cry in front of people. You don't get upset because people are uncomfortable around those emotions, right? And so you hold them in. And your body has to do something with that energy. It's energy. And it manifests into illnesses. And my clients, same thing. Over and over again, you see them, they're exhausted. They end up sick. Like it seems like they get every virus. Why? Because they're not giving their body the rest that it desires, that it asks for, because we go, go, go. Because we got to get everything done. We got to make sure everybody's happy, healthy, taken care of. And I'm not suggesting that you neglect anybody, but what I am suggesting is take a look at why you're choosing to do things. Are you doing them out of love? Are you doing them out of obligation? What is your ultimately intention behind all of this, right? Do things for people out of love, not out of shame, guilt, obligation. Write down when you go to do something and you're exhausted afterwards, but you don't feel like it was really a physically demanding thing. Write down all your thoughts and feelings about doing that thing, right? Because we end up resenting people. And I don't know about any of you people pleasers. I do know my clients have the same thing. We end up resenting people, right? We have taught people that they can always count on us, and no matter what's going on in our life, we're going to do it. So let me do it. Let me just sit down and do this thing for you. Well, step out of my whatever my current schedule is, uh, and take care of other people. Let me, and I'm not saying to always get rid of it. Don't do the things for people, but really check in with yourself and your body. Learn how to figure out what's a hell yes for you and what's a hell no. And when we connect with them, we have this inner navigation system that tells us what's right for us. But we look for the approval of others. We look for other people's emotions. We tend to, as people pleasers, feel responsible for other people's feelings. So we do things, and by the way, unpopular opinion, nobody can make us feel anything. We are responsible for our own feelings. Because honestly, something can be done to you and done to somebody else, and our feelings are totally different. Why? We have different experiences and we interpret the same information differently. So if we learn to really look at stuff and become aware, you'd be amazed at when you learn to start becoming aware of what your triggers are and what's underneath them. Somebody does something that used to trigger you, and you're like, I have no idea why I was upset about that. So, journaling, meditation, really awesome things to do. Amazing. They're just ways of letting your body calm down and release. Journaling, right? If you need journal prompts, reach out and help you. But sometimes you just start writing, and then whatever comes out, it's good. And you can read back through it and become aware of some stuff, but you also can release stuff without even reading it. So really it's all to do with how does this feel for me when I'm done? Meditation. There are multiple ways to meditate. I always thought it was just this, my elbows on my knees, eyes closed, sitting with my legs crossed on the ground. Right. There's walking meditation. Have you ever tried walking meditation? Continue to breathe as you walk, and as any kind of racing thoughts come, just let them go and notice the things in your surrounding, the flowers, the any kinds of animals, do that kind of thing. And really learn to focus within. Recharge yourself. Some people need more sleep. Take naps if that's what you need to do to take care of you. Go for walks. You have to learn to take care of you in order to. It's like the airplanes. Every time I get on an airplane, I think, yeah, they tell us to, when the mask comes down, take care of ourselves and then our kids or whoever's with us. And we don't do that on a regular basis. That is not, we've been trained that it's not that selfish. That's one of the reasons why they do that on the plane, right? Because we've been taught, oh, you got to worry about everybody else. But if you pass out, if you haven't taken care of yourself, you're of help to no one. And it's the same with people pleasing. What is something you can do every day for yourself? Take care of yourself. Ask yourself that. Different people love different things. I've had clients that dancing was the thing. And they hadn't done it because they didn't want their family members to stare at them and to think they were weird or whatever. But it brought them joy, and it was something that they could do to release all of the heaviness of the day and feel the joy. And it took care of them. Other people's, I've had our painting, drawing, crocheting. Um, some people like to read a book. What is it that you can pour into yourself and feel better? However, we lose that. We forget what we like. We forget what we love. And then our children, they talk about empty nest syndrome. Why is it that parents have such a hard time when their children leave? Because we have been so busy forgetting about who we are to take care of them that when they leave, we don't know who we are because we're not taking care of them. So who we were was long gone, right? Because it's been like 20 years since you really were off doing the things you're doing, and you're like, well, that's definitely not me anymore. I'm way different than that. But you forgot about yourself along the way. You forgot about what you enjoy doing. You forgot about taking care of yourself. I can tell you one of the first things that ever happened, I loved to wear makeup when I was younger. When my first pregnancy, I was very young. My kids are like first and last 13 years apart, long stretch. But makeup was the first thing to go because I was so tired. I'm like, I just don't have the energy to do that. And why would I take the time to do that? It's not important right now. And little by little, things that take care of me were thrown by the wayside. And my children are beautiful and I love them and I wouldn't change that. However, not only did I lose what I love, what I'm excited about, I um, taught them to do the same. My oldest has children, and I can tell you that she will drop everything for her kids and does so on a daily basis. And you look at your children and you are like, "Oh, I taught them that." You can tell them differently, but they learn, we all learn through experience. It's like, our parents would tell us, I'm the generation, if so and so dreamt off the bridge, would you? Well, we might have if we wanted to experience something different. We didn't always think ahead, but it wasn't, it's experience and not logic. It was experience, but not logic, because our subconscious mind's like, this is safe, this is not safe. That's all the subconscious mind does. This is safe, this isn't safe. So if we're taught this makes you a bad parent, we're not going to do it because we're not safe. Um, And maybe the parent wasn't it. Maybe it's your relationships. Um, if you've been in abusive relationships, taking care of yourself was not. You were you were taught you were crazy. Like if you're in narcissistic relationships, they will teach their reality makes you feel like you're crazy because their perception is not anywhere near yours. And you walk around on eggshells, so you have to take care and be good. And all this thing, everything's got to be perfect, and I gotta, And so we've learned that. And then we get to choose. We have to get to a place where we realize we get to choose what our life is. And it's not always the easiest choice. It can be scary. And I can tell you that from experience, I've had to make the choices and it was scary. And I found myself in a place I was like, what am I going to do now? Right. Because what's comfortable, what's easy, because that's what has always been, wasn't healthy. And it costs us our health, our life, our peace, our sanity. So when you learn to no longer make choices based on what other people want, what other people feel, or what you think will make other people happy, and you become your authentic self, you will find joy in a different way than you ever knew was possible. And you will have the deeper connections in your relationships. Can you lose some of your relationships? You absolutely can. But remember this, if you can't be your authentic self, it's not a healthy relationship for either of you. It's just not. And there's someone else out there that will love you and cherish you for who you are when you are your authentic self. And the more you love and cherish you for being your authentic self, the more others will be drawn to you that see the beauty and light in you. And so, what I say to you is ask yourself, am I doing things out of shame, guilt, obligation to make people happy, to avoid conflict? Why am I making the choices I am? If I'm feeling exhausted, anxious all the time, what is my motivation to make the choices I make? And I would really look at that because you deserve a happy, joyous life. Everybody does. Everybody does. But it all begins with us. Nobody can do it for us. We can't make people happy enough for us to feel the joy. It will never be filled by anybody else, only by ourselves. So if you enjoyed our talk, please hit subscribe. There will be another one out next week. And I love sharing with you if there's a topic you guys would like um, to see, please just leave something in the comments or you can reach out to me. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, or you can email me at carlathehealer@gmail.com and or find my website at www.carlaenergyhealing.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.